Do you know, you're more than welcome to keep popping on.
Okay.
At the moment, the content will probably like repeat itself for a little bit. But even if kind of you guys want to keep hopping onto these calls just to kind of give yourself a little bit, like center yourself again, a little bit more direction. And even if you just want to kind of jump in and give me a hand every now and then, I'm more than happy for you guys to do that.
Yeah, no, that would be great.
But yeah,
I'm quite comfortable here, actually.
Yeah.
I want to leave.
Well, I have noticed, to be fair, Ollie, you only tend to like kind of put your camera on and speak out on these calls.
Yeah.
Um,
the group, the bigger one, is like really intimidating. I don't know what that's about. I just find it very intimidating.
I think it's just because there's so many more people on there.
Yeah, and I think it feels a bit like if you're not affiliated and you haven't run ads, and do you really have anything of value to ads? Is everybody going to be like, who's this little upstart thinking he's got stuff to say? Guess is what goes through my head.
I totally get what you mean. Tom's kind of felt the same in the past as well. But I think the thing is, like, I don't know, you've got to think realistically. I was at that point kind of 8 months ago where we'd jump on a mastermind, and back then the masterminds would be just 5 people. So I suppose the joy of that was you didn't have anyone to hide behind. Whereas now there's so many people, you can just kind of sit there quietly and listen in. But yeah, I think the important thing is to remember that obviously, unless you speak out, unless you kind of get your point across, whether people kind of have a little debate with you and have kind of a back and forth of ideas, unless you start putting yourself out there, it's going to get harder and harder. Because even when you are affiliated and you think you do know your shit or whatever, you'll just jump out one day and people would still probably be like, what the hell, I haven't seen this guy, he's always here quiet. So yeah, don't be scared. And if even if you want to kind of pop into the chat, and then I could bring you out to discuss little bits or whatever. But yeah, you are more than welcome to stay with me in this group.
I think it's just felt a bit rocky, and it would be nice to go through it all again as well. I haven't been very well the past week, which hasn't helped things either. And I just feel like I've absorbed it, but now it needs implemented as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, kind of we haven't really kind of thought past the month, if I'm completely honest. It was to always do kind of the 4 weeks for everyone that was just starting up. But obviously at some point we're just going to keep repeating ourselves every single week. So yeah, the view is to kind of have a few weeks under our belt of the 4-week program we're doing now, like a few months, and then after that they'll be in kind of the files section, and then perhaps move on and cover other topics that people suggest or they want covered. Hi Ben. But yeah, so we're going to play it by ear, see how it goes. If people want more input on certain subjects or they want less on other things, then we'll go from there. But as I say, you're more than welcome. Obviously, if you're sticking around for a bit anyway, you can always jump out and give me a hand. You two kind of hurry up. I'm really good at doing that anyway. So thank you both for that as well. So Ben, I know you've only just joined us. We're just doing questions at the start at the moment, just because I feel like when we do questions at the end, everyone's mind gets kind of fogged up with the presentation I've just delivered or the information I've just given. So if you've got any questions, feel free to jump out and let me know.
Hey, sorry.
That's all right, don't worry.
Bit late.
Oh, don't worry. We're just discussing any kind of questions that anyone might have before I go through the presentation.
Okay, cool.
As well. Another one running to her seat, bless her. Oh, it's absolutely freezing in my house. I've got a jumper on, I've got joggers on, everything.
Or is it just leaking?
Well, we've been told to turn everything off because the boiler's leaking. So, it's just freezing.
I had that a couple of weeks ago. You know when we had that really bad snow from the east, our whole boiler broke and we had to move out.
Oh
Like,
my God.
so I can feel your pain.
Yeah. Luckily, it's not as cold.
It was quite warm today, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
I've
you're
been
right.
sat in front of a fire, so. Any questions from anyone else just before we get started? No, that's fine if you haven't. I just thought I'd ask beforehand this week, see how that works out. All right then, guys. I'll jump straight into this then. Da-da-da-da. So, congratulations, you've made it to week 4. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Right, let me jump into, oh God, press it. There we go. Right then, so obviously a lot of you guys have been with us, been with me from the start. So just a few little things that I wanted to kind of discuss with you today. The first one is kind of your business. So firstly, many of you probably have seen Rob's video in the Project Q unofficial group about your UConn renewal and how important it is. So I just wanted to touch on, for any of you guys that are affiliated or will be affiliating soon, just make a note in your diaries when that UConn renews. So it's, once you take it out, it's on the 4th month in and the 8th month. And just be aware of kind of when that happens. You don't want the nasty surprise of it creeping up on you and then freaking out like, oh my God, I've got that this month. So just be aware of when it comes out. And obviously, as Rob explained in his video, the benefits to your business long term are that the UConn counts as 3 points. So they're all points that go to yourself because the UConn's underneath you. So theoretically, if you're getting affiliated with a trifecta, you essentially get kind of 5 points from that trifecta. That's how many sales points that accumulates to. So, someone speak?
I just said I didn't know that. That's really good.
Yeah, because you get a point every time it renews. You essentially get 3 points from buying the UConn.
Do you, after you finished your year with the UConn, every time it renews from then, do you still get another point each time?
I believe so. I'm not entirely honest. I do need to kind of ask the question if I'm honest. Because I'll be, when is it now? Mine came out January, February, March, April, May. My UConn will be coming out for like the second year essentially. So it'll be my first one of the second year. So yeah, I need to kind of double check whether I'll still be getting points for that as well. Just to let you guys know that wasn't on when I very first started. If I have any background noise, it is the boiler man. Sorry about that. Right then, so in terms of your Facebook ads, once you've got through kind of module 3, the next step for you is to go on to module 4 and really look into kind of the advanced training with Facebook ads. That's as up to date as it is. Kind of Rob and Nate re-recorded those and Rye back in around October, November. So they're pretty kind of up to date and pretty relevant. But what I really recommend is to just have a look over the masterminds that are in the file section. They've all got titles, so you can literally scroll down. Whatever you're looking for is right there. And if it's not, pop myself, Adam, Rich a message and we'll get it covered on the next mastermind. We're always looking for ideas and topics, so feel free to send them my way. And then in terms of split testing, so I know you might have seen around kind of the Project Q unofficial page that Josh and Mike are working on something again to do with split testing. I know they've been putting some teasers up for everyone. So that will be a massive help. Split testing is probably one of the most difficult things to crack in terms of you don't really know what you're testing for and you don't really know how to test. It's new to everyone, so don't kind of get yourself down because of it. Don't feel like, I don't know, you're not accomplishing something or you don't know how to do it. You've just got to keep working at it, and at some point it will click and it will just work. But it's different for every ad, it's different for every person. So there is the split testing diagram in the members area, as well as the files section. on the Project Q1 officials page that Josh and Mike made a couple of months ago. So absolutely have a look over that and make sure that you're looking at how your ads are performing and when you should shut them off and when you should kind of keep them going. So leads. Leads are basically anyone that puts their email into your website. So for any of you that haven't got a website built out yet, you'll know from when you kind of joined Project Q1 that initially you clicked onto a link or you clicked onto a Facebook ad and you popped your email in and also your name. So at that point you were considered a lead. Now it's entirely up to every individual what they do with those leads. As they come through your funnel, they will be automatically sent emails from whoever your funnel owner is. So if you're under myself, they'll get emails from me. If you're under Adam, Rich, Ryan, they'll get emails automatically from those guys. Now the list is there for you to view on Google Sheets. You could, for instance, you could take their emails, pop them into Facebook and add them as a friend or pop them a message and just say, hey, I noticed you've clicked on my link. Is there any more information that you'd like? Or did you manage to watch the webinar? It's entirely up to you. I mean, I've never done that just because it wasn't really, I was just like, oh, well, everyone's getting the emails. So it didn't even really cross my mind a couple of months ago. And now I'm at a point where I couldn't possibly go through and add them all and message them all. It would be insane. So it's entirely up to you how you want to approach that. But the options really are, obviously, whenever anyone comments on your ad or likes your ad, you can get in contact with them via that. You can either kind of leave them to receive the automatic emails, or you've got their name, you've got their email. It's all there for you to kind of view and use. So you can kind of message them yourself and just kind of get to know them, build a relationship with them and just see if they're really interested. There are some scripts in the files section as well as to how to kind of build those relationships and what messages to send people initially. To start with, when I think about 2 weeks ago, we were talking on the mastermind about building a relationship with people and how we found, a few of us have found that works better than just sending a generic, I don't know, hi, here's my link, this is what I do. So again, it's down to you how much time you've got on your hands, how much time you can commit to a bunch of people that are messaging you. But yeah, your leads are there. You can either just leave it to email or you can get in contact with them all individually. Budgeting. The nice word budgeting. This is something that, I don't know, I never really kind of got my finances together for a while. And what I've found, how it's really helped me since I kind of started writing down all my ingoings, all my outgoings, how much I had left, what I could reinvest into the business, how it's really helped me is it's just cleared my mind completely. Because normally I'd be sitting there thinking, oh my God, I know a bill comes out around this time. I know that I need to pay for this or that or the other. And I always had something on my mind that was coming out or coming in. Whereas now, because it's all written down, I can just kind of ignore it. Like I know when stuff's coming in, I know that it's fine, it's going to get paid out, and I know what I can reinvest. So in terms of kind of logging your finances, I think it is really, really important to do, just because it will give you a better headspace for it all and it will really, really clear your mind. And your budget is entirely down to you. I can't say to you kind of spend £5 a day, spend £50 a day. It entirely depends on how much income you have and how much disposable income you have to kind of invest into your business. If you do need any help or advice or support on it, I'd definitely speak to your coach or mentor, just because, as I said kind of yesterday on a mastermind, that they've been through it previously, so they can help and support you the best, really. And at the bottom, I've already kind of spoke about leads and prospects. But how it all works. So we have done a previous mastermind on this because it's a little bit difficult to kind of just explain to you here and now without any visuals, and to go through not too in depth. But basically, when you guys click the link, everybody will go through the same process. So whatever process you've been through, just remember that that's exactly what your new sign-ups, your new leads are going through as well. So you see a Facebook ad, you click on a link, you put your email and your name in, you go through and watch the webinar, and then you do or don't sign up. Some people, it takes a little bit longer than others. If you don't, you'll be getting automatic emails, or you guys will be messaging those people. But if you do sign up, you're welcomed into the community. You're kind of welcomed onto all the masterminds. Now we have this 30-day group for all the newbies that come through to help them and give that little bit of extra support. And then just generally kind of, we help you the best that we can to get your business up and running. I'm not going to go into kind of the whole back office area of things. As I say, that has been discussed on a previous mastermind. And I think if you guys are interested, you should go and watch that to really understand how the funnel works and how your business works, because it's really important for you to know that when you are messaging people, and to know kind of what your business is about. So I'll pop a link into the group chat for you guys, so you can catch up on that if you haven't already seen it. But I can't stress enough how highly important it is to kind of know how your business works, because otherwise what are you really doing if you don't understand how your own business works? So I'll pop a link for that. But otherwise, the process kind of from ad to now is exactly the same for everyone. So that's all I had kind of on your business to cover for today. Anybody got any questions on any of that at all?
Yeah, about the Ukon.
Yeah.
Like if you did those 3 renewals, yeah, and then you didn't renew it again after that, does that have an impact at all?
As far as I'm aware, when you cancel it, if you haven't got a live Ukon, so if you're not still reordering your Ukon every 4 months, then you don't get any Ukon commission.
Yeah, okay.
As I say, that I'm going to message them anyway. That's the message that's kind of come through. Balazs, the guy that kind of started all of this from the launch blueprint, and through kind of Nate, Rob and Rye. I do, as I say, I do just want to kind of double check anyway, so I will pop them a message and I'll get back to you guys and let you all know. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, if you haven't got a live Ukon, then you won't get commissions for it.
Yeah, okay.
You don't collect commissions from your members. Sorry, you don't collect.
Hello,
Hello.
I didn't even know you was there.
Sorry, I'm in and out, and I came late. Sorry.
It's okay.
Baby was not letting me do anything.
Yes. So
commissions. So if you make a sale, and let's say they get a trifecta, you don't make a commission from their Ukon.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't renew your Ukon.
Yeah. So if you haven't got a live Ukon, you won't get commission from the Ukon from the trifecta you just sell. You get the commission for the Inesta and the K8, but you won't get the commission for the Ukon.
And I'm assuming that means you also don't get the sale point as well, would you? So with the trifecta, you usually get 3 points, but if you haven't got the Ukon, you probably only get 2.
I can imagine that would be the case, but let me ask Anadik and get back to you before I kind of confirm or deny anything.
Yeah, because from what I gathered is like the first year, as long as you do it for the whole year, then you become this permanent Ukon. I don't know, like you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You become
your distributor ID.
Yeah.
You're a permanent Ukon user.
Yeah. For me, I think it does need a little bit more clarification, which is why, I mean, for myself, I've been in the business nearly a year and I'm still not 100% sure on it. Up until now, I've just been like, well, I've got a year anyway, so I'll just let it run out and then I'll figure it out. So
yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep it for that until I see what the rules are.
Well,
anyways,
as my year's coming up, I'll contact them and let you know.
I think the other thing that Rob said, the one he did the other day, was like that second 1A leg is not considered secure, is it, until you've had all three
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
It's not
But yeah,
secure.
that's kind of what Rachel was saying, in a sense of until you get all three for the year, that's not secure. But then after that, once that leg's secure, do you still get commission points? Do you still get commission in general? As I say, as far as I'm aware, in terms of the actual commission payments, if you haven't got a live Ukon, then you don't get the payment. But I'm not entirely sure on the commission point. So I'll double check that for you guys. I'm going to make a note.
I think you definitely don't get the commission, because I think there's something in the training where Nate says that if you're going to go with just one product, to go with the Ukon, because otherwise you wouldn't get like that commission.
Yeah, commission ever. Yeah, definitely. But I'll double check the kind of commission points, and I will let you guys know. As I say, my year is coming up anyway, so they'll probably be expecting questions from me.
I was going to say, just because I went through this and I just don't want anybody else to do this as well, if you haven't had your full year of your Ukon and you do decide to cancel it, seriously don't do that, but if you do cancel it, they take away the points that you got, so it's as though you never got your Ukon in the first place. So say you come to trifecta and you've got your 2 points, and then you cancel your Ukon, you go back down to 1 point, so you've just wasted the £650 or whatever it is. So whatever you do, do not cancel. Do not cancel.
With the Ukon, when we renew it, especially in that first year, does it automatically renew, or do we have to remember that every third month, whatever the months are, do we have to remember to renew it ourselves?
No, it's on
automatic.
Yeah, it's on auto ship. So it's just a case of kind of having your finances in place to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because every kind of 4 months it will be the 600. At the moment it's £603, I believe, with the exchange rate.
We have the funds for it, over those months.
Yeah, so Enagic will just kind of take the payment out of your account and they'll just send you a new box of Ukon. So yeah, it's just in terms of you physically remembering and not freaking out when Enagic takes money off you. That's all it is really. Otherwise it's all done through Enagic and they'll sort it all out for you. Right then, guys. Moving on to you. Something that is really important, you guys were all kind of asked it on your questionnaire when you first got up and running, is to find your why. So what is it that motivates you and drives you? What is it that is your kind of end goal that you want to get to? And when you found it, find it again, because it always changes. I learnt this the kind of hard way, I'd say. My goal when I first joined was to get out of work, and that's what drove me and pushed me to kind of do the best I could and get out of work as quick as I could. And then I left work and I was like, well, what am I doing it for now? And I almost felt lost for a bit of period of time, because I was just like, well, I do want to go travelling, but I need to carry on building my team and building myself as a leader and with this community before I can do that. So when you found your why, oh, look at the baby. I get so distracted, sorry. When you found your why, just find it again. If you achieve that why, and I don't know whether your why is to kind of go to South America or go to somewhere really exotic, and you get there, as soon as you get there, think about what your new why is, because you're going to need it. Because I can imagine that being stuck in South America isn't a bad place to be stuck. However, you're going to need something to motivate you to achieve your next goals and to keep going. So yeah, that's really important thing, is kind of always be focused on what's driving you. and always be focused on the next step. What is it after that you want to achieve? Otherwise, the 90-day goal setting will help you kind of get to that point, or help keep driving you and get you to your first why and get you to your second why and beyond. And if you haven't already created a 90-day goal, I know Harriet has just done one, I believe. Yeah, she's nodding.
Yeah, 17th of June is the end date, which happens to be our Dusseldorf day.
Oh. It was meant to be, Harriet.
Exactly. As soon as we set the 90-day goal, I just said, right, I'm going to Dusseldorf.
Yeah. But yeah, so if you haven't already set those 90-day goals, there's a mastermind call from the 27th of August last year. And that kind of goes through Rob and Nate's version of the 90-day goals. And then also Tom posted a kind of new write-up of the 90-day goals that we got from the GPM group. So the guys that are kind of within Enagic that aren't within Project Q1, we got that from there and just stole it basically. So there's also that version, which I find a little bit more easier for me to follow. I'm not sure, Harriet, if you managed to look at them both.
I've only seen the GPM one. I haven't seen Tom's.
Okay, it might be the same one if you got it from GPM.
Okay.
But Rob and Nate and Ryan created one last year. That was a little bit more kind of like structured and not as free-flowing. But yeah, I can share both of those with you guys anyway. And you guys just pick which one you like and what you prefer. Because we all work differently at the end of the day. Kind of little tick boxes and crosses and stuff might work for me. But for you guys to have something written down and bullet points might work a lot better for you. So there is the two options there, and we can get those sent over for you. And then just generally kind of, we've spoke about it throughout the past 3 weeks, is to keep learning, keep growing, keep reading, keep listening to podcasts, and just keep improving yourself. The internet is ever growing, and for now there's, I don't know, I can't see it ever stop growing or people not being online. So there's always going to be something to learn. So just don't get complacent. There's always going to be new kind of, I don't know, policies or new ways to advertise or winning ads. Everything is just going to keep changing. So you guys need to remember that you need to keep growing and keep learning, and not to get complacent, because as soon as you stop growing, as I said yesterday, you start dying. So yeah, keep growing your business and growing yourself as an individual. I'm so sorry, I don't know what is going on in my throat today. Q&A. So as I said at the start of this, I wanted to trial a Q&A at the start, which I think works actually quite well. But generally, do you guys have any questions from over the past 4 weeks that you want to kind of address, or anything that has helped you, or anything at all?
Excuse me. Yeah, I have a question actually. I think that's why my ads are not doing so well. And you did mention before 2 weeks ago, I think it was about when you guys had the one about ads, and how the ad should be congruent with your landing page.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's where I was going wrong, because I would get clicks, but they're not. So they're clicking. So obviously they're interested.
Yeah.
They want to know what it is, but maybe when they see the landing page, it's not, it's not fitting in with the ad. So they think, oh no, this is a scam. This is too, this is too weird for me, or
yeah,
it doesn't look right. So how do I do that then? Like, the landing page is more, it's just blue screen with Ryan sitting on one picture saying, I can help you quit one job, and then Adam's saying, I can help you quit your job, and Ryan's saying, I can help you work online.
Yeah.
So I guess the ad should just be very generic. They shouldn't be specific. Like, if you're targeting teachers, you shouldn't be saying, you shouldn't be too detailed, maybe, because you just want to talk in general about having your own online business in the ads. This is, I don't know, this is my conclusion, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
So in terms
think-
of
When I targeted moms and I targeted teachers and I targeted like specific people like accountants, because I'm a part qualified accountant, so I was targeting them. I'm a teacher as well, and I was targeting them, and a mom. And whenever I was too specific, and whenever I'm defining the need, I know what the need would be because I've been in, you know, I know in each role what the need would be. But because I was too specific, it was not matching with the landing page, which was talking about like freedom and working online, and there was no, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was different in terms of style, I guess.
To kind of tie in. So tie in kind of the landing page has to be somewhat generic because obviously so many people are using the same or similar kind of funnel. So Adam builds out the same kind of website for everyone. So they are somewhat generic. So maybe incorporate that into your ad a little bit. So say kind of, I completely understand you don't want to wake up every day at 8 a.m. and listen to kids bickering or whatever it is that you kind of say, whatever age range you're targeting. And then just say, wouldn't you prefer to have the holiday freedom all year round? So that you're still incorporating those words that are perhaps on your landing page into your ad as well.
Yeah, I mean, I do add that in there because that's the whole point of, you know, them signing up.
Mm-hmm.
I do add that in there. But I just don't know if it's matching, like my style of, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I should just like, even if I target, you know, specific people, I shouldn't be writing it up in the ad copy. Like I shouldn't be specifying it in the ad copy itself, maybe. Because the first ad I learned anyway, like the one in the training was like, the one we tried the first time was calling all engineers or calling all teachers between the age of 24 to 30 or whatever, and it was very specific, and so I tried that and it wasn't working for me. I think
as I said a minute ago,
sorry, I was going to say, how much split testing are you doing? Because the fact that you're getting so many link clicks is fantastic, because it means that people are reading your advert or seeing your photo and thinking, yeah. So if you take the advert that you've got, which is getting lots of link clicks, take a portion of that. So either take your ad copy, so the text that you've got, and then change up the photo or the headline in your split testing. Run that first, see which one does best, then take the best one from that, split test that again and do it with tweaking the ad copy a little bit or changing the headline again. You've just got to keep on going, because Mike Hale, who is the king of split testing, so I had a little mastermind, just me and him, for Christmas, I think, and he talked me through how many times you can split test something and find the perfect ad at the end of it. And when you're split testing it as well, you'll still be getting leads as you're doing it through that, so it's not like you're losing out.
I struggle with leads anyway, and I don't know if I'm leaving the ad running or I'm doing things wrong. I don't know.
Do you I don't know. Look at, do you follow kind of Josh's split testing diagram?
I'm gonna do that because I didn't. Is that because it's kind of new, that one, isn't it?
It's from a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, it's definitely worth
it's about the new Facebook feature.
That is something slightly different. Have a look into that as well. But I'll send you a picture of Josh's diagram.
Yeah.
I'm making a note of it for.
I did see it, and I think I'm gonna take a print screen, take a copy of it and just look through it.
Yeah, definitely, because that'll help you in terms of kind of knowing when to cut ads off and when to kind of boost them up or continue with them. In terms of being specific within your ad, for a while I haven't really done it. I haven't said, look, I'm looking for teachers, or I'm looking for I can't even think of another job title, people in retail or sales. I haven't said that for a long time. I've just kind of been quite generic at the start and done an ad copy that would like kind of, I don't know, anybody could connect with. If you look at kind of Adam's ad copy as well, Adam hasn't done it for a while, I know for sure. So maybe just take those kind of specific things out for now and trial an ad and see how you get on with it. But yeah, I'd just probably take out for the time being, if you're saying you're looking for women aged 24 to 34 that are teachers from the UK, just take that out and just write an ad copy that's got a headline that's quite kind of bold and eye-catching. I can't even think of a head copy, maybe something like...
Good one, hasn't he? Tom's been doing You Are Stuck.
You Are Stuck.
Bold, but it catches anybody's attention.
Yeah, and then just go into kind of their emotions, why they might want to get away from the situation they're in and how they can get into something different. So touch on it in an emotional point of view. I haven't personally used kind of specific measurements for a while, and as I say, I know Adam hasn't for a while either. It is in the training because it did work. I'm not sure if it still does work. As I say, I haven't used it to know if it does. But I definitely try and just take that out for now, just that you appeal to anybody, because your ad, if you put your targeting as, do you know when you set up your targeting, are you putting like teachers, travel, entrepreneur?
Yeah, teacher. The last time I did teacher, travel, entrepreneur, and marketing.
Okay, so because you've got all of those areas, your ad could not be reaching any teachers at all. It could be going to all the marketers, all the people that like travel, and all the people that like entrepreneur and marketing. It might not even be touching any teachers. So if in your copy you're saying, I'm looking for teachers, none of them are teachers. They're like, oh, well, I'm not a teacher, so it doesn't matter. Does that make sense?
Yeah, probably, yeah. So it's probably the audience. It's not matching with the audience. It's not that it's not matching with the landing page.
Yeah.
The audience is not matching with the copy.
Yeah, because you've got so many kind of variables with travel, entrepreneur, marketing, and teachers. It could be going to all the other three and not teachers.
Yeah.
So I just try taking those out for now, and just see how it performs, if it gets better. And then
I'll probably just stick with the generic. Yeah, I'll do the generic thing as well. You know,
in terms of it being kind of congruent to your landing page and your page where people put their emails in, I definitely, if you haven't already worked your way through your own website, do that, because you need to see what kind of language is used on those pages. If those pages say webinar all over them, make sure in your ad you say, oh, a free webinar. Because if you say that they're going to a masterclass, then they click onto your link and then it says they're going to a webinar. They're like, well, what am I actually doing? So all of that just needs to be kind of in line with each other, so everyone knows, they know exactly what they're doing and how you can help them.
That's a good point, because I have been using masterclass, but I'm not sure if it's webinar on my page or not.
Is your landing page Adam?
Yeah, it will be.
So me and Adam spoke about this the other day, where the actual URL for Adam's landing page that we will all have is masterclass, but in the landing page it says webinar. Mm-hmm. So I think for us in particular, that particular word, webinar or masterclass, probably doesn't matter too much. But one thing he was saying is the big bold words that are going to come up are save your spot. So that's a good thing to put in your advert, because then people will link them together. You could mention the 3 secrets. You won't be able to write what the secrets are because Facebook will not be happy with some of the language that's used in them, but you can make reference to secrets. Just like little things that link it into your landing page that people will read and remember it from the advert, and so not think that it's a scam. Maybe.
Have we helped you or have we confused you?
Yeah.
No, you've helped me. And I also think it's you know, things are changing. The split testing, I haven't used that yet. You you know, so, you know, things are going to be better, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, we're kind of constantly learning and constantly growing. Oh, hello, Jessica. Only just seen your face now. I've come out of that screen share. So you can't, like, Facebook is constantly changing. So
Like, you know what I used to do? Sorry.
Go ahead.
I used to have three. I used to start with one ad, then duplicate it
Uh-huh.
2 times because it was, you guys told us that it competes against itself. So you have to duplicate the same ad 2 times and see which algorithm works best. And then I would find so that stays 3 days. I'll keep it for 3 days. And then after the 3 days, I try to find out which one is best. And then I duplicate that 2 times, changing a variable, but the same variable, like I'll change the picture.
Uh-huh.
And then I wait 3 more days or 2 days, or, you know, wait till the 3rd day to see which one is best. And then by that time it's ran, you know, it costed like £20 for that one ad, and I wasn't even sure if it was effective in the first place. So
I cancelled my duplicates after like 30 minutes.
what's that?
Because the algorithm shows pretty instantly, because you can see that one of them might be spending £1.50 and then the other one's spending 3p. But I think, Tom, am I right in saying Facebook has completely shut off that you don't need to duplicate your ads anymore?
Yeah, I heard that Josh said that. You won't have to
Yeah.
compete
So
against yourself.
I've been toying with it for the past couple days, because I was seeing more results previously when I was duplicating than when I wasn't. However, if I'm honest, Facebook seems to, when you do duplicate, it just seems to choose one and pushes it normally as it would if you didn't duplicate. And then the other ones you have duplicated, it just uses budget there and wastes budget there. I have also found that on, I'd probably say 1 in every 3 ads you run, the ones that are duplicated, you'll get 2 that get pushed almost identically. Like on the case I just did where I was testing this, ad number 1 per se was after like an hour, 2 hours, was hitting 20-30 people. Ad number 2 was hitting 28 people. So they were within like minuscule amounts of each other. So there's almost no point in splitting your budget, because if you get likes on one of the ads, you lose them on the other one. So I'd probably say just to leave it as 1 ad for now.
Yeah, so don't do, when you get to the end of your creating an ad, right, you just don't duplicate the ad at the end.
Yeah.
Just leave it as 1 ad for now.
Yeah.
And then within kind of 2 days, you should be able to see, if I'd say if you haven't got a lead really within 2 days, then just shut it off. And then
even if you get link clicks, you know, even if you get engagement. Don't wait.
And then look at kind of, I don't know, you could use the same copy, you could use the same headline, and you could change the picture up and see if that picture works better. Do that for 2 days, see how you get on. And then if you need to change it again, change it again. It's just a case of kind of trial and error and seeing what hits your market best. Myself and Tom were catching up on some of the US masterminds earlier on today. And something that Mike Hale said that kind of stuck in my mind was that he uses the same target every single time he creates an ad. So he will always target entrepreneurship, small business, travel, international travel. There's one more that I can't think of, but Gary Vaynerchuk. He will always target those 4, targeting like specific areas, and he'll change his ad up or change kind of whether he's targeting men or women. And he says that that's worked for him. He always uses the same targeting categories. So for you, Rachie, if you're kind of interested in mums, teachers and accountants, you'd maybe look at using those 3. So you target teachers and accountants separately, So essentially you could have 2 ads, and then you could add like travel, entrepreneurship and marketing into them. But you'd always have those 2 sets of targeting. I wouldn't change your targets for a while, and then just change up your copy, change up your picture, change up your headlines as and when kind of Facebook and the marketing changes and what's most effective within that time period.
That makes sense, yeah, because it's seasonal.
Yeah. Because, yeah, kind of with the seasons, people's mindset will change as well, as does your own. So kind of around winter, you could say, do you want to escape to a beach? In the summer, do you wish you could get out of the office or get away from work? So I definitely, just for now at least, because then as well, because your Facebook pixel recognises who you're targeting and it builds up a kind of demographic on your pixel, and it builds data for the people you're targeting. I would stick to the same people for a while and just change up your ad a little bit.
Yeah.
Makes sense for everyone else too? I mean, it's something I've only kind of really learnt today, I'd say. Generally, I just kind of switch between, I don't know, sales, meditation, travel, all kinds of stuff. But thinking about it, if you're building your pixel up and that pixel knows who you want to target, then it would be wise to stick with what your pixel knows than changing it and making your pixel build up all this knowledge and information again. And then next time you change it again, because then you've never got really any data that your pixel can run with. That makes sense, everyone?
Going back to what you said about being more specific with your targeting, so targeting professions or parents, I've just set up a quick ad set where, so if you want to target like parents that are interested in travel, if you set the broader categories at the top, so your travel, your entrepreneurship, your business, and then filter them by the fact that they're also parents, then out of that massive net of fish, you're picking out the big meaty ones, the ones that you want that you're specifically picking out in your copy. So I want to get parents that want to travel and take their kids around the world. So you're instantly getting that because you found people that are interested in travel, which is a massive subject. 1.1 billion people on Facebook are interested. And then you're filtering it down by 322 million. So you would like...
So what you do is, in this top one here, it would be people who match at least one of the following. So up here you could put all kinds of stuff. You could put marketing. You can also put just kind of generic things though. So if we put, entrepreneurship in there as well. So anybody that you are targeting in this top section, they're interested in one of the 3 of those. But the people that are interested in those also have to be a parent.
And you get this section here, they must also match one of these by clicking narrow further.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it narrows it down a little bit. Yeah.
So, for instance... I know, just battling with that.
Do you all, I don't know why I'm pointing at my screen as though you guys can see where I'm pointing, the expand interests when it may increase conversions?
I personally don't, because from my understanding of how it works is that if someone, say for example, you put in there someone's interested in Gary Vaynerchuk, then it'll look at the common interests of people that like Gary Vaynerchuk, and then it'll disregard if people like Gary Vaynerchuk and also look at like the common interests. So you'll start cropping, I don't know, people that are interested in hardback books and stuff, because that's what Gary Vaynerchuk publishes. It's that and the other. So you could end up with some great leads because people, it may still be the kind of person you want to attract, but it may also just bring in a load of crap.
So you untick it?
Yeah, I personally untick it.
Yeah, ditto. Okay, great. I'll keep doing that.
Yeah, so basically what that can do is Facebook can take your targeting and be like, right, so people that people that Tom's targeting are also this group of people that might be interested, and they'll send your ad over there as well, which could be great. It could be a great market and it could really work for you. But as well, if you're looking to kind of split test and really nail down your targeting, you're not going to know who Facebook are sending it to. They're not going to tell you that these people are interested in going swimming on a Thursday and might watch 10 minutes of Gary Vaynerchuk a year. You're not going to know that because Facebook aren't going to tell you. So if you're looking to kind of really understand your split testing, I'd untick it. If you're looking to just try and get as many leads as possible, tick it and see what happens.
What I'd probably say is something that's on my list of things to test is to maybe, if you've got an extra £5 for a day, put an identical ad up with another ad set attached to it. So you're spending £10 on the one ad and pushing the singular ad, so all your comments and clicks and stuff are still hitting that same ad, but you're pushing it to two different audiences, one where you're expanding, one where you're not, and then you'll be able to see which one's actually producing better results for you.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I always try to keep the audience size on the right hand side under about 2 million as well, and I found that expand interests, if you untick that really helps with the audience size.
Yeah, definitely.
As of the end of this weekend, in that post that I did make, that is going to disappear temporarily. So if you know what your market is, so say you're targeting currently this market and you're hitting the 8.7, just make a mental note or make save the audience and name it 8.7 million this target, and that way you can continue to use it and you know that you're getting that number.
Okay, I'll do that now.
I will also say though, like, a positive of that disappearing is that you can start testing things like almost outside your comfort zone. So testing new audiences where you don't want to just hit a number. You're not like, oh, having travel entrepreneurship and marketing's given me 8.7 million. I need to get that down. It's too high. So you just send it out anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Rightio then. Let's come off that. So a lot of you guys are very new or not running ads at the moment because you're just getting up and running. Have you got any questions that aren't kind of ads related and where we aren't completely blowing your mind? No, we okay? Welcome, Jess, anyway. I know I think is this your first week being on the 30-day group? Yeah.
It's a hell of a week to join.
So it is kind of the last week for the guys that have everyone else that's on here. But you're more than welcome to join us kind of the next 3 weeks. You're just doing it one step forward, backwards. I don't even really know which way it is. Just a little bit the wrong way around, but it's okay. But yeah, so we'll be cracking on with week 1 again next week. If you wanted to get a head start, you're more than welcome to go and have a look in the file section, and all the previous month's recordings are in there as well. Anyone got any more questions for me? I'm going to have a look into that commission thing for everyone, and also get Josh's diagram probably put into our files section. Ben, how are you finding? Is this your first official week kind of up and running?
This is my second week.
How have you found it?
I did my first split testing for a week, and the results weren't too good because on one of them it said I had 7 leads, but on my lead sheet I only said 1.
Oh.
So me and Hallie looked into that, but we couldn't work it out. So it was a bit of a glitch.
Oh.
But my pixels were okay, and yeah, I selected lead, so my lead pixel.
Maybe just double check with Adam that you're under Ali, aren't you? So yeah, with Adam, that basically there's many steps to setting up a funnel, but you need to connect essentially your ClickFunnels with the email provider that we send our automatic emails out with. Just double check with Adam that that's connected. It's quite easy to kind of forget or for the connection to be lost. So just double check that that's connected so that the people that are putting their email into your website are being sent through to your Google Sheet. That'll be where the connection might
I think I've got the one lead, but I think it multiplied by 6 sort of thing, because it was the same age bracket, and it was a female, so but it hadn't shown up on the lead sheet as 6 times like it probably would.
It's very unusual.
It is odd because normally when I get like duplicate leads, it's the same person, so it only registers the action on the pixel once.
Oh, okay. Oh,
right. But yeah, maybe just have a chat with Adam as well, just to see if there's anything on his end, on the funnel building end that he can sort out for you.
Yeah, cool. Cheers.
Any other questions from anyone at all? Right, she's just tackling that little one, bless her.
But just, well, I suppose it actually is a question. Have we spoken about talking to prospects? You know, when somebody, like in the previous weeks, you know, if someone comments more info. In this month, is that one of the things that's been covered?
It hasn't been covered in this month, which for this group in particular, not so much Jess or Gonzalo, but for you guys, this first month of kind of running the 30-day group, some of you are affiliated and some of you aren't. So it's a little bit difficult to kind of find a middle ground with content, because we can't have it all ads and all prospecting and kind of leads and stuff like that. And we can't have it all just kind of personal development and not focusing on ads. So it's been quite difficult to kind of round it all up so that it appeals to everyone. From here on out, it will just be kind of like new leads and new sign-ups. So it won't be essentially too focused on ads until people are affiliated. But in terms of what to say to people, as I said a little bit earlier on in this one, we found generally quite a few of us that just kind of building a conversation and a relationship with people is best. And there are the scripts in the members area in the Project Q1 official group that you can also follow. But for me, at the moment, I feel that just kind of saying to someone, hey, how are you? How have you been getting on? Or, hey, I noticed you clicked on my link. Did you manage to watch a webinar? Whether they say yes or no. Just kind of being like, oh, well, how's your day been? Is there anything I can help you with? And just kind of build a conversation out of it, as opposed to just, I used to have a generic message set up that was quite lengthy, that was like, hi, mate, hi, and I'd insert their name. So, hi, Harriet, how are you today? You commented more info on my ad. I'm an affiliate marketer and an entrepreneur, and I'm looking to expand my team. Please, like, if you want to join our webinar, here's the link, or you can watch our replay. If you've got any questions, let me know. That would generally be my kind of message I'd send out to everyone, and I just copy and paste their name in, like, into the top sentence every single time, and I would get no interaction at all. I think out of probably like 500 people I sent that to, I probably had about 10 people message me back. I would get 0 interaction. So for me personally, a generic message where you just add someone's name in doesn't work. And with the whole kind of like Facebook messenger bots that you can set up and create now, where it creates a conversation out of automatic responses you've set up, again, people kind of know that that is an automatic system, so they don't connect with it as much. And kind of through my degree and through just generally my experience with, I don't know, life, I feel that people connect with people a lot more than they do like, I don't know, an advert you see on a billboard, for instance. Like if somebody says to you that restaurant's really great, you'll be like, oh, I might try it actually. If you see a billboard, you're like, oh, okay. That's personally how I feel. So I think that kind of building a rapport and building a relationship through those messages is the best way. And it might just be kind of like hairdressers talk, so say, at the start of the conversation until they're like, oh, okay, so what is it you actually do? But at that point, you should have built some sort of kind of relationship where you know how their day's going, you know where they work, you know kind of what emotions they're feeling towards life. And then you can be like, oh, well, great, I've got an opportunity that can help you get out of that, or I've got something that will make you feel better about, I don't know, being at work all day, every day. Make sense?
Yeah, definitely. I was just say, when I first started out, that was one of the things that I
yeah.
I'd almost say approach it as if you're like reconnecting with a family friend.
I find the first message is the most awkward, because if someone's commented saying, can I have some more information, or they've messaged you saying, can you tell me more about this opportunity, and then you just go, hi, how are you? They're like, yeah, that's not what I asked for.
I think if they message you first, almost just answer their message, because they've initiated the conversation. It's
and just
not
try
as
to
if you
make it
then,
friendly.
like, yeah, it's not as if you then need to reinitiate the conversation back. Just let it flow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think as well, don't send big chunks of text, because people will look at it and just go, it was probably copy and pasted.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give my time to this. So I'd probably say keep it short to like maybe 1-2 sentences per block.
Unless you have kind of built that rapport already. And I don't know, someone says like, I'm really struggling with, I don't know, going to work every day. Why are we kind of told to do this throughout school and life and whatever? And you don't genuinely have kind of a long response to that. I think it's fine to send long responses, but if it is a kind of copy and pasted, personally for me, it hasn't worked.
How do you guys feel about sending voice notes?
I never used to like them. That's just because I never particularly used to like hearing myself back. Like even on these calls, I'd be like, oh my God, no, I'm not speaking. But that was just because I didn't want to listen to myself.
I'm the same. I think I'm way more posh when I hear myself back than what I hear in my own head.
See, I'm the other way around. I sound way more common when I listen to myself again. I'm like, God damn, I do sound like a brummie. But yeah.
When I first came across Project Q1, I messaged Nate and he sent me a voice message back, and that was quite surprising. So that got my attention, and it definitely made me feel like, well, at least he was a real person. But what I felt was he was way too vague in answer to what I'd asked on that, and in that like, I guess that sort of connection he'd made through sending me that voice message got almost taken away again, because he just was too vague on what I was asking about. And it still felt like it was this closeted kind of secret. And that again put that skepticism back there, I guess. So I'd say that it was a good idea if you respond correctly, if what you say is, because I just found it was too, I don't know, he was just too hesitant. He was just too kind of like, I don't know how to, almost secretive. Like he was talking in code to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think the difficulty is the fact that if, for example, someone asks you about the products, you're not allowed by NAGIC rules to disclose them.
It wasn't a question about the products, really.
Oh,
it was.
What is that?
It's my rabbit.
That is so cute.
It was more about Project Q1 and about like, you know, this sort of like the time commitment type thing or the money commitment, and he just answered kind of really vaguely.
Yeah. So that's something for everyone here to kind of take note of, in terms of if you are answering with voice notes, just be as kind of clear and concise as you can. I know I don't generally send voice notes unless it's to Tashi. If you guys know Tashi in the community, she will voice note me
so we
all
literally
the time. And I think Tashi was probably the first person that I sent a voice note to, because she sent me multiple, and I was like, I can't just message her back now. So Tashi was one of the first people that I sent a voice note to. And I actually feel even still more comfortable sending them to people that I don't know. I'm just weird. But for instance, Harriet, Norma has just come into your team, hasn't she? Or she's just looking at getting affiliated. So Norma contacted me after she'd been speaking to Adam, and she sent me a voice note. So I always feel that if somebody sends you a voice note, respond with a voice note. Because again, it's that little bit of personal touch. They've gone out of their way to do it, so I almost feel that I should do it. And Norma, I think I probably sent her. What was that? Sorry.
I love when she sends me voice notes because her voice is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I just listening to it. She's got like the strongest Northern Irish accent.
Yeah. When I first listened to her, because she like connected with me and we weren't friends, so I accepted, and then there was a voice note and I was like, what is this? No one's ever sent me a voice note as the very first message. But yeah, she has got a really nice accent. And then I was sat there like overanalyzing mine. I was like, I can't respond with it. Go on.
The fact that you were surprised about getting a voice note, and Ollie the same with you. And when I first messaged Ryan back in, I think summer last year, he sent a voice note, and you don't expect it, and so it almost makes you go, oh, okay, this is something a bit different.
It's something you remember, isn't it?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, if you guys are comfortable doing that, I mean, especially with people that don't know you, they don't know you, so it doesn't matter what you sound like, really. You might think, oh, I don't sound like me. They don't know what you sound like. They don't know you, so it's fine. But yeah, I think voice notes definitely connect to the individual more than a message, and it's just a bit easier and quicker just to kind of get it done. Otherwise, I know for myself, I think for me, when I first started voice noting, the thing that was stopping me was if I said something wrong or if I kind of ran out of what to say. So I'd be like, oh, I've lost my train of thought, don't know what I'm saying. Where with a message, you can kind of type it down, you can delete it and rewrite it and keep going back and forth. But that's, I suppose, again, the beauty of a voice note is that you're connecting with the person straight up because you can't hide behind anything.
I think the counter argument to that with... Go on, Harriet, sorry.
I was just saying, it makes it real. Like with Richard's Go Live, when a woman with a pram just knocked into him, like whilst you guys were walking. It makes it real. It makes you normal.
I feel like I need to find that Go Live again and just rewatch. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna cut it to that bit where Richard's like, "Whoa, whoa," constantly.
I think the counter argument as well about messages is that if you're not confident in your ability to be grammatically correct almost, and give that impression that you're not just some bumbling idiot on the internet, just maybe sending a voice note is easier.
Mm-hmm.
And like Harriet said, it's more personal, so
yeah, I think I haven't done it for months, and I think I'm going to start again.
Yeah,
after what you said, Ollie, saying that it surprised you. That's how
definitely.
When
I got a voice note from Norma, I was like, oh, hello.
Yeah, I think it shows confidence as well. Yeah. Even if you do sound a bit fumbly, it shows confidence in yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
People don't know we're brand new in our businesses. They have no idea. So if you're, even though you might be, sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear me, my internet's gone really funky.
You're a little bit muffly, but we've got you back.
Sorry. So we're all new, and if we can put that, I think I'm completely gone.
No, you are there, hun. I think what you're trying to say is, like, even though you're new, if you can kind of appear confident and kind of like you've got control of the situation almost, and this is your business, then people are more likely to kind of buy into you and believe you, because they're like, oh, gosh, this person sent me a voice note. I've never got one of these before.
Yeah, so, fake it till you make it.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't think I've ever had one. I don't even know how to do it.
Oh, that's it. Everybody voice note Ben. That's your homework.
Do you have a messenger app on your phone?
Ben, you've muted yourself. Don't know if you meant to.
Sorry. Yeah, I've got it up now. Yeah.
So,
Just
I don't know if you can see.
You just pressed a little mic, is it?
Yeah, it's right next
Okay.
to the thing. Maybe don't send people random voice notes.
So, Tom sent me one.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, so if you
Cool.
just hold the microphone down, it will let you speak for like, I think it's a minute, but it'll probably cut you off at 59 seconds.
Yeah.
So I normally end up sending people like 5 minutes worth because I'm like, I've got more to say.
Cheers.
There you go, mate. You've got your first voice note.
Now everyone else is going to spam you with them too.
Ollie, can I see your rabbit again?
Look, there it is. I can already see it.
What's
Oh.
his name?
It's called Harley.
Oh.
A baby and a rabbit.
I know, yeah. Today's been full of surprises. Right then, for you guys that have kind of come to the end of the 4 weeks, that have been with me all the way through, I just want to say a massive thank you. It's a whole new kind of venture for us all, and I hope that you've kind of got some value out of it, some content and some learning points to kind of develop. For Jess, I think you're the only one that hasn't been, and maybe Ben, that haven't been with us throughout the whole 4 weeks.
Gonzalo's a skipper as well. He keeps working. I think that's more important.
I've watched all the replays.
Oh, have
I'm
you?
here today, you know.
But yeah, you guys are welcome to join me. They're normally on a Tuesday at 8. I just had some issues with my internet on Tuesday. But yeah, so it'll be Tuesday at 8 p.m. and we'll start again with week 1. And we'll go through all the bits there. But for everyone else, it has been an absolute pleasure. If you've got any questions, you're always welcome to drop me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Now off to the big wide world of Project Q1.
Apart from Oliver, he loves it here.
Yeah,
He's happy.
Oliver's staying with me.
I'm staying.
Well, seeing as now I've found out he's got a bunny, Oliver is definitely staying with me. Right then, ladies and gents, any more questions before we wrap it up for tonight? No? Right then, I'll catch you in and around the groups. But for now, goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.